And, of course, our old friend Gary Lineker. Oh, what a surprise. Gary Lineker, who, for some reason, on the 100th day, found no time whatsoever to tweet, because he's very moral. He really cares about people, does Gary Lineker. He's always on the right side, on the moral side. And he's concerned about every justice cause, apart from the massacre of Israelis and the seizing of hostages. And on the 100th day, no, did not find time to tweet about that. However, yesterday he did find time to repost a tweet calling for Israel to be banned from all global football tournaments by FIFA over the Gaza bombing, which is strange, given that I don't recall him ever calling for Syria to be banned by FIFA from international football over the horrific, I mean, on a vastly greater scale, bombing by Assad of his own people. I don't recall him calling for Russia to be ousted over the invasion of Ukraine, or indeed any concern. If we're going to talk about downtrodden people, and particularly Muslim people around the world, goodness me, you'd think he'd care about the 2 million Uyghurs in concentration camps in China. No, not a problem. Never had an issue with Qatar, a country with a horrific human rights record. No concern for gay people. Oh, I might wear a rainbow armband. Oh, I might not, because I'm going to get paid a load of money to be in Qatar for the World Cup. I mean, he has totally exposed his political leanings, has he not? And his hypocrisy. We're told he's got a new contract with the BBC, a new deal where he is allowed to post social media, but he's not allowed to be personally critical. It appears to me he breaches those rules on a virtually daily basis. But for this man to work for the politically neutral BBC, to call for Israel to be banned from FIFA football tournaments, but not other countries, can you help me identify what's different about Israel from all those other countries? Because I can't put my finger on it. What is it different about the people of Israel that's different from all those other countries he doesn't have a problem with?
Well, you're totally right. There isn't one. There isn't an answer to that. And Gary Lineker, if he wants to be...
It's a word beginning with J.
Yeah, well, and if Gary Lineker wants to be someone that is opinionated, as he often is, then you have to be understanding the way the world is and absolutely identify, as you said, those hostages that are still captured in Israel, or Israeli hostages that are still under oppression and duress. They need to be released. And if Gary Lineker wants to have an opinion, that's perfectly entitled to have an opinion. I think people would rather him stick to the football and the punditry. But, you have to be fair. Which he is good at.
I love watching. I don't want him to leave the BBC. I just want him to understand that his contract doesn't allow him to do these things that everyone else in the BBC knows they're not... Other people at the BBC are furious because they're not allowed to do this.
Exactly. And
I mean, they all share the same views, the BBC, by the way.
Well, yes, yeah, and it's hard to believe how one man has so much power over a corporation. We've seen that time and time again in other institutions in public life. But, to have all the power that he has at the BBC, even controlling what they put on their social media, asking for pictures to be taken down, I think it was a Peaky Blinders thing of Wayne Rooney. But to have that extent of power, I think, is very dangerous for the corporation. And when he gets involved in international affairs where you might not know all of the detail or not want to present all of the facts...
not fully informed.
then it becomes very dangerous.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean,